I got incredibly sick over the last week. It was a pretty solid, hardcore 5 days of being sick. It started last Thursday, I think, and then got really bad on Friday. So it's been officially a week. I am feeling better. I'm still congested. My voice is still a little funky. I'm definitely feeling a little bit more human. But anyway, I made it through another work week. I literally didn't leave my apartment for 5 days in a row. I've just been coming back to the world of the living recently. But yeah, it's Friday. It's my lunch break yet again. I'm going to pick up groceries. I feel like I'm just doing the same thing every week, which is kind of just like par for the course. I guess that's kind of my life.
Well, that's my life. Thank you so much for spending time with me.
So I picked up my groceries, and as long as I'm here, which is where my pharmacy is located, I've been needing to pick up a prescription for like a couple of weeks now, and I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off because I hate waiting in line, but I'm here, so I'm doing it. Let's go. Got it. That was honestly so quick and painless. Just a reminder for all my ADHD folks out there. Things that you think are going to be a big deal that you put off forever, it's almost never as big of a deal as you think it's going to be. It almost always is easier and quicker. They happen to be a new medication that I am trying for said ADHD as well, which I might chat more about later. My favorite thing to do on a Friday afternoon is close my work laptop and put it away for the weekend. So we have done that. I am feeling very tired. I'm definitely still getting over this cold, and I just don't feel 100% still. I wanted to chat a little bit about ADHD and task management. So in my last video, I showed my junk journal that I've been doing, and I'm definitely like a chronic list maker when it comes to, to-do lists and things like that. Being ADHD is always just like chasing some sort of system that's gonna work for you and never quite finding one. Last night, I sat down with my personal laptop and tried to get really organized about task management, and I actually started using Asana, which is a task management program. I use it at work, so I'm familiar with it, but I'm testing out using it for my personal tasks, and specifically like the category of tasks that either I don't want to do, things that I've been putting off for a long time, or because like ADHD brain object permanency issues is like, I'll remember like, oh, I have to, do my DMV car registration. But then if I don't like write that down somewhere, I'll like forget about it until a week later and be like, oh my God, I really have to do that, and then forget about it. And it's just this constant cycle. I feel like Asana might work well for me, but I also use my paper planner journal, and I also use Notion. So all of a sudden I have so many different programs that I use. On the list for this weekend is I do have to get my registration updated, but first I need to do the DEQ2 test, which is pretty quick to just like go through a Jiffy Lube or whatever. I need to finish selling some clothes at Buffalo Exchange. I did a first round at Crossroads a couple of weeks ago, and of course brought in a ton of stuff that I thought was great, and they took like 5 items. So I want to do another round at Buffalo. I feel like they have a slightly lower caliber of stuff, so they take more. Also wanted to do a little med chat. I was late diagnosed ADHD during the pandemic. Surprise, surprise. I feel like that's when a lot of people were. So I wasn't diagnosed until I was 26. And then at that point, I tried Wellbutrin first, which was kind of okay for a while, and then I feel like it stopped working for me. Yeah, I feel like I was on Wellbutrin for maybe like 2 years or something, a year and a half maybe. And then I switched to Ritalin, which is what I've been on ever since. I've played around with the dosages a little bit, and I generally like it, and I generally think it's a good fit for me. But my psychiatrist had been talking to me about Vyvanse for a while now, that Vyvanse is off of patent or whatever, and that it's not like outrageously expensive anymore. I have heard that a lot of people really love Vyvanse when they didn't love other things. I myself have never tried Adderall, so I don't know. Like, a lot of people try Vyvanse because Adderall wasn't a good fit for them. But anyway, that's what I just picked up today, is Vyvanse, and I'm just gonna give that a try and see how I like it. If anybody has tried it and has personal experience, I'd be curious to hear what you thought of it, especially if you've tried other things. I think I'm just gonna lay down on my couch and read for a little bit, honestly, maybe even take a nap. I just finished Breath of Life this morning. I think I'm gonna start scaffolding next. I just started the first couple of pages and I'm really excited about this one. I am also really excited about Rebecca, which is what is ready for me to pick up at the bookstore. Good morning. It is Saturday morning. As you can see, it is stunning. It is so sunny and nice. Hi, Mooney. The sunshine in this apartment in the fall and winter is just... In the summer, honestly, it can get a little oppressive when it's so hot outside, but now that the weather's cooling down a little bit, I'm just reminded of how, I always love this apartment, but in the fall and winter especially, it's really, really special. I did something kind of bougie last night, which is that I last minute booked a facial for today. I've been wanting to get a facial for quite a while. I've never gotten one before, and my skin has been really, really bad in the last couple of months, like bad. I don't remember it being this bad since, 10 years ago, and I really don't understand why. I quit drinking I think it was the end of January, so it's been like 8 months now, which has been great. It was a great decision for me. I was excited because I thought some of the fringe benefits of quitting drinking would be that I was going to lose a bunch of weight and that my skin would get really well. get really well, and that my skin would get really good. I haven't lost a pound, even though I also started eating really healthy and going to the gym. I think I actually gained weight, and my skin is worse than it has been in 10 years. So not drinking is great, and I'm glad that I did it, but I am disappointed that I haven't gotten those other benefits. Anyway, so I booked like an acne specific treatment because my acne has been so bad over the last couple months. So I'm really looking forward to that, and it comes with just like general guidance on coming up with a skin routine to treat that, especially since like what is up with dermatology in the US? You call anyone to try and make an appointment and they're like, fantastic, they have availability 12 to 16 months from now. Like, fuck all the way off. I have skin issues right now. I can't book an appointment in a year. Dermatology is just like a joke in the US, I feel like. Well, Moon's laying on my journal right now, but what I was going to do is write a list, of course, come up with a game plan for today. Around the house, I need to clean the litter box, as always, run the vacuum. I have like a robot vacuum, thank God, love that thing to death. I need to water the plants, and oh my God, I'm so excited about this. I'm going to rip out my AC units. I think today's the day that I'm going to rip those suckers out of there, and I can't tell you how excited I am to not have to look at them anymore, but more so to be able to open those windows again. So that's going to be a very exciting thing today. Isn't that right, Mooney? What do you have to say? Okay, she really wanted to eat that. Okay, let's get going. Okay, I have completed my house chores. It's, I don't know, I think it's like 11:30 or something. 11:30, that's not going to give me enough time. I am going to drop off my Newly box. I am wearing, as you can see, bright red lipstick with not a lick of makeup on. Otherwise, I'm not going to put on makeup because I'm getting my facial. But I do feel a little bit like a scrub with no makeup on, so I thought maybe a red lip would help a little bit. I think it does. It's kind of a vibe. These jeans are from my last Newly. They are a Goldie, I don't know how you say it. I'm keeping these. I am gonna buy these because they are 80% off. This is the same pair of, it's the 90s pinch waist, I think is what it's called. I've rented these like 3 or 4 times. I already know that I love them. Every time in the past that I've rented them, they haven't been discounted nearly this much. So they're down from $200 to $40. So I'm gonna keep them for sure. They're the only pair of jeans I've been able to find that gives me the look that I'm going for, which is the true like 90s look. Like think kind of like Friends, I guess, maybe not as tapered. I think I want what I think 501s look like, but it's how 501s look on other people, not how they look on me as a 5'1" curvy petite lady. I'm also keeping a pair of Levi's Baggy Dad jeans that are also 80% off. Those ones were $100 down to $20. So I'm keeping those too. Well, I guess let's go and see how much time I have to do anything before my appointment. Okay. I was so close to timing that perfectly, but it all went astray when I ordered a cup of coffee. I dropped off my Newly package and I picked up the books that had come in that I ordered. So Rebecca and the Haunting of Hill House. And then I was like, oh, I actually do have enough time to go sell at Crossroads. So found a parking spot, got there, checked in on their little online check-in thing, and it said, you know, you'll be like estimated wait time 20 to 25 minutes. So I was like, perfect, let me go grab a coffee across the street. Well, it took them 25 to 30 minutes to make my coffee. Wasn't expecting that, and I missed my drop-off window, and now it's about time for me to go to my appointment. No big deal. My facial appointment is actually really super close, like a couple blocks away, and I'll just try the drop-off again later. The coffee is really good, so it's almost kind of worth it, honestly. All done with my facial. It was so relaxing. Are we crooked? We look a little crooked. Obviously, it's like incredibly relaxing, and you're just laying there with your eyes closed for the, hour and a half or whatever. The only part I was slightly unsure about was when the steam was like the steam machine, the steamer was like blowing directly in my face for prolonged periods of time. I did start to feel a little claustrophobic, like I couldn't breathe, but mostly it was fantastic. The particular service that I booked includes like a full skincare like regimen recommendation that she's going to email me probably tomorrow, which is great because I just feel like a total dunce when it comes to skincare. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know what kind of products I should be using. I need professional help. And then I'm definitely going to book out some more appointments as well. And then on the way home, I'm so proud of myself. I actually did the DEQ thing. And let me be your inspiration for a second. If you are somebody that's putting off doing that, I forgot that it literally takes 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes. I drove up to a Jiffy Lube. There was no line. I said, I'm here for DEQ testing. They said, great, step out of your car for about 30 to 60 seconds. They plugged something into something, it beeped, and they said, okay, you're good to go. That'll be $24. That was so fucking easy. It literally took less than 2 minutes. I still have to pay for the actual car registration, so I still have some next online steps to do, but that's the easy part. I'm home for the next, hour and a half, and then I'm going to go have some dinner with some friends and maybe hang out at my apartment afterwards. Good morning. Spent the evening last night getting some really yummy dinner with some friends and then coming back to my place to hang out for a little bit. And I'm so excited because we booked a last minute girls' night for this coming Friday. So very spontaneous, less than a week. We're just doing a night, and we're gonna go to the Society Hotel in Bingham, Washington, which is just like an hour or so east of Portland, right near Hood River. And we're just gonna do a little girls' night there. They have spa there as well, and I'm just so excited to do that. So this morning, I kind of naturally woke up early, which was really nice, sat and read my book with my coffee for a little bit. It's like a gorgeous, cool morning with all of my windows open. I'm gonna head to my friend's house to have brunch. She's cooking, her and her partner are cooking brunch for me. So nice. Speaking of the upcoming girls' night, we were all talking about how none of us have matching pajamas, not necessarily matching to each other, matching pajama sets, and that we all want one and that we wish we had some for our girls' night. And I was like, let me see if I can do some shopping this week and see what I can find. So I think after brunch, I'm gonna head to a mall in that area that I'm not in very often, and maybe check out like Gap and Old Navy and see if I can find some matching pajama sets for all of us, because I just think that would be so cute. I have some business stuff to work on. I do interior design on the side and just haven't really been putting much focus on it for honestly the last couple of years, but it's always been a passion of mine. And so I worked with somebody that did a whole rebranding logo website design for me. That's finally up and live, and I really love everything that she came up with. I love the logo. Return back to the original business name that I actually came up with like 8 years ago. Business admin stuff.
back home for probably the rest of the afternoon and the evening. I had a really, really lovely brunch at my friend's house. I was successful in finding pajamas. So I found 3 sets of pajamas from the Gap. Did not succeed in Buffalo Exchange. I don't even really want to talk about it anymore. I'm just like so fed up with the whole situation. I tried 3 times, haven't been able to do it. So that's that. Either it happens or it doesn't, and I don't want to talk about it anymore. I did get to that point of the day where I was just like overstimulated. I was hot, I was sweaty, I was tired. I came home and immediately changed into my comfies. I just made a cup of the Good Earth tea, and I'm going to lay on the couch and read my book for a little bit. I'm loving this book. Not surprising, I knew I would. I'm like 115 pages in, so I'm just gonna see how much further I get in this tonight. Enjoy my Sunday before heading back into another work week. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.